parameter which, although it's not 100% consistent, but it is very consistent. Yani. The people who are walking with God are successful. Successful. You are with Him, you become successful. Okay? Somehow. And those who are successful are normally those who are very faithful in making efforts. Making effort. Not the ones necessarily who get high marks, but those who make efforts. Yeah, some people make efforts and get low marks, but they become successful in the end. How? Somehow. Do effort. Okay? Study hard, think a lot, and so don't waste time. Okay? تعالوا نصلي بقى. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Lord, I thank you so much for entrusting us with those lovely young boys and girls in front of you. We are all putting our future in your hands. And we're asking you, Lord, to help us to indeed make ourselves glorifying your name in every stage of our lives. Let us experience the joy of success. Let our families also experience the joy of our success. Help us, Lord, to be able to discern between the useful and the non-useful stuff. Let us be able to discern which way do we go to. I ask you, Lord, to reward all servants who are spending a lot of time, effort, and putting their hearts to help all of your youth in order to be successful. Give them the heavenly in addition to the earthly. Lord, listen to us who pray thankfully. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as he gives all trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Through Jesus Christ our Lord, for thine is the kingdom, power and glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Good afternoon. I'm going to ask some questions. I know who I'm asking. Okay. So, welcome to a discussion today that we're going to have. I say discussion, it's a two-way discussion, so we're all going to have something to say today. Okay? If you want to. If you don't want to answer, don't answer. Okay? Today is the process to get into university. Today is the process to get into your chosen career. We might not know what career we're choosing. We might not know where we are in 10 years. But today, we try and support you to get you to the best place you can be, to be the best person you can become. Okay? Today, there was a lot of effort put in place. I would like to thank Abu Namoros, obviously, for allowing us to have the service. I would like to thank the servants, starting with Kareem and all the Sunday school teachers that allowed us today to change the dynamics of the services of the church to actually have this session. So please, stay awake and ask questions. And ask questions. And the reason why the servants are doing this is because we didn't have this opportunity. We had to find our own way to get to university. We did not get the support. So feel privileged today that you have people that are willing to help you, that are taking time out of their lives, their work, their families to be with you today. Okay? I'm going to start off with this verse from Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. I will start with this verse and I will end with this verse. And as Abuna just said, those who are successful are the most faithful. Success is seen when our Lord paves the way, not you. If I think I am going to make my success by myself, you are in the wrong way, my dear friend. Okay? Number one, trust in the Lord. Good? For those who don't know me, Kyrillos, Komikuku. So I started off with a big L, as what you Gen Z says, right? Gen Z? Gen X? Gen Y? Right? So, GCSE, I did not know what I was doing. I did not know what I was doing. I was lost. But I got good grades. Got decent grades. Don't ask me. Okay? Went on to A levels. I did biology, chemistry, mathematics, and further mathematics. 4 A levels. But GCSEs and A level at my time, I feel so old saying this, were slightly different. We had exams in January and June of year 12 that was summative, so they counted. And then we had exams in January and June in year 13, and they were summative, they counted. Unfortunately, they love you so much, they don't give you this opportunity. A levels are sat when? When do you sit your final A level exams? In end of year 13. So how many opportunities do you have to prove yourself? When you sit your GCSEs, how many times do you sit it? How many opportunities do you have? So what's important? Make it count. Right? Make it count. Who disagrees? Good. So I'm dual qualified. I graduated from the St. George's University of London. Sadly, I loved education. I went on to study at the University of Liverpool. I became dual qualified to become an oromaxillofacial surgeon. Still training, by the way. Medicine and dentistry are endless. It's years of training. I'm still a baby in the field, okay? I then became an ambassador at cancer research for the constituency of Liverpool. And then I joined to become part of fitness to practice. Anyone knows what fitness to practice is? Dr. Fadi, I know you know. Dr. Fadi is my teacher here, so tell me, fitness to practice, any idea? Fitness to practice is like a court for the clinicians. If they do something wrong, they tell you off, and then they do the assessment there. They ask you questions. It's a little court that they sit down. So I'm part of that jury that sits there. And then we tell doctors, you did this wrong, you did this right. So we've got an experience as well into the professionalism side of things. I then joined and became part of the Royal College of Surgeons. I then, for fun's sake, I joined UCAT. Who knows what UCAT is? UCAT, tell me, what's UCAT?
It's an aptitude test that you take around the end of year 12 or beginning of year 13. And it's an entrance exam that unis use to determine whether they want to keep you, allow you to have an interview at their uni. And a lot of unis have cut-off scores for the UCAT. So if you don't have a specific score, they won't look at your application.
United Kingdom Clinical Aptitude Test, UCAT. It is an additional exam for me to sieve out all the good students. Everyone's getting A's and A stars. I'm putting pressure on you, aren't I? So they added this test. So I said to myself, I failed this exam. When I did it again, I did good. And then I got better. And then I said to myself, I want to learn more about this exam so I can give on to the next person. So I became part of the concordance assessment stage, meaning the people who write the questions. So I take part in your exam. So I actually have seen your paper for this year, okay? And then I joined to become a member of the Association of British Academic Oromaxillofacial Surgeons. and on progress now to pursue a career that I love. All of this, the message here is to do something that I love, that I want to pursue. Okay? What's this building? Burj Khalifa. Where is it? In Dubai. In Dubai. The taller the building goes, the harder the foundation is. Agreed? The taller the building goes, the harder the foundation is, the deeper it is. What's the most important aspect when you study it? When they studied engineers to make this building? The foundation. If there's an earthquake, if there's movement, you must make sure that the foundation is strong enough to go this high up. Okay? And this is now the golden time for you. Year 9, year 10, year 11, year 12, year 13. This is your foundation. This is where you decide what happens, how high your building is. Are you going to be that little building on the far right or that little shop on the far left, or are you going to be this lovely big state of the art? You're deciding this now. Dunning-Kruger effect, German scientist. So they came and said this research. All the students come to me, yeah, get an A star. They're in year 9. A levels, yeah, I'll get 3 A stars, it's fine. I'm going to get straight lines. So you start off on the bottom left. We've got knowledge and skill on the x-axis. We've got confidence on the y-axis. Can we all see it on the back TVs, yeah? What's this? GCSE or A level. You're going to think this is easy. Your confidence level is right up there. You're going to think yourself, I'm amazing, I can do this, I'm invincible, this is easy. By Christmas time, no, by November time, you're going to be like, okay, so it's a bit harder than I thought. And by Christmas, January time, you're going to say, this is hopeless. Right? Who agrees? Yeah? There's a wake-up call. There is a wake-up call. Then you start picking up. I'm starting to get this. I've got it. It was complicated. What's the most important bit of this graph? Tell me. The lowest bit? This is hopeless? Who else agrees? Tell me.
I think that's the most important part, because that's when you're going to know that you need to like focus and pay attention, because you know what you've like been through.
Who disagrees? You disagree? Oh.
I think the hardest part is the third one, the okay, so it's a bit harder than I thought, because sometimes it's hard to admit that you're not getting it.
Who disagrees? Or who agrees? I agree. That drop right there is the most important bit. That's the click. Oh no, I need help. The sooner that hits, the better you're going to do. If it hits year 13, what's going to happen? What do you think, Naima? I think so too. When do you think is the best time to have that? That wake up, that click. Oh my God, I need to do something. The earliest possible. The earliest possible. I have worked with youth to help them to get into university and of other ethnicities. And oh my God, I'm sitting in front of a year 9 student and I feel she's a university applicant. The communication, the mentality, brainstorming, the discussion, brilliant. That click was there from before. And statistics do say females have that click a lot earlier than males. I'm so sorry, but females get that click a lot earlier. Okay. So today, I'm going to help you identify what you wish to do, and it's not going to take minutes or an hour. I'm trying to put you on the right path. You need to identify what is your why in life. Where am I going to be? I'm going to give you an insight into certain careers. We're going to touch onto certain things and certain degrees. And then methods to enhance your application, finances, general support. I have got a couple of questions in terms of finances and things to talk about in specific, which we will be covering today. First question, what is success to you? Easy question, no? What is success?
Achievement.
Achievement. What is success? Success. No one knows what success is? Anyone? No? You don't know what success is? That's worrying me. That's worrying me. Tell me.
A good career and a good relationship
What's
with
a
God.
good career?
Being financially free. Or something that you enjoy.
Money. What's success?
Obtaining exactly what you had in mind, so like your goals.
Goals. What is success?
Being happy in where you want it to be.
Being happy. Being happy. I wake up in the morning and I look forward to my day coming. On a Monday morning at 7 o'clock, going to work, and you're happy, yeah? You really need to love what you're doing, right? Okay, so success is a range of words here, a range of, vision, new ideas, plan, growth, accomplishment, progress, winning, and so forth, okay? But I think success is an emotion. Success is a mentality, is a state of a mindset that you need to have. If you don't feel it, you'll never have it. Success is when you look at J.K. Rowling. Who's J.K. Rowling? Harry Potter, author of Harry Potter. How many times did she succeed straight away? She failed how many times? 12 times. 12 times. Look who she is today. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg. Who's that? Facebook. He failed how many times? 42 times. Okay? What's the point we're getting? It's not easy. I'm not going to step into a successful road straight away. It will take a bit of a challenge, okay? So we need to really have that state of mind. I feel learning from our failures is what success is. So if you're looking at every step what the failures are, you're not going to know success because you're looking at failure. But if you're looking at the outcome of every failure to learn from it, you will then identify success at some point. And number one, first and last, is going back to the first statement which you said, knowing that God paves your way, not you. If you think you're paving your own way to success, you are delusional. I have seen God's hand in many situations, and starting with your colleagues from last year. Last August, I have seen miracles I'm going to name to you later. Okay? So, we're at GCSE, some of us A-levels, or BTEC, or IB. Who's doing IB here? Got one student. Majority A-levels, GCSEs. Okay. What's next? So we need to think about career options. What's our options? So you can go into many different sectors. You can go into the financial sector, which has many, many, many different aspects, many different roads into it. You can go from analysts to bankers to accountants to all sorts. You can go into healthcare. You can start from medics to dentists to physiotherapists to radiologists to sonographers. Veterinary medicine. I've never had a veterinary medicine here. No one likes dogs and cats. It's a career, okay? You can then go into humanities. You can go into law. You can go into politics, philosophy, humanities, all that side of things. So there's many, many, many options. Which one is for you? What are options at the end of A-levels? You can do a degree at university, which is what majority of students do. You can have apprenticeships or internships. Internships is basically you're working and you're studying through the job. You got traineeships. What's traineeship? That's all the things like electrician, plumbing, things like this, is where you do the training and you get certificate and straight away part of the training program. You can have entry-level jobs. What's the first thing that comes into mind? What are you going to work as 18 years old with no university qualification? McDonald's. Okay? And then you can go into a gap year, take time out. Yeah, I want to travel for a bit. I want to spend time, have fun. Yeah, I want to enjoy my life for a bit before I get committed. I don't know what you've seen in your life for you to take a break in it already. You're 18 years old. Why are you taking a break already? Unless you're forced to. Okay? Last one, starting your own business. Who wants to start their own business? Oh, tell me about your business. You want to start your own business? Who wants to start their own business? Where are you going to get your capital from? Your parents? Let's go.
I'm probably going to invest from work first, and then when I have enough money, I can start.
تدوم من بدري يلا. Okay, so there's many options, and I've listed them in this specific order, from reality to where we're at, and we're dreaming right now, to the bottom, okay? If you want to start your business at the age of 18, it's possible. There are people who start these social media pages, 18, they don't go to university, but these are one in a huge statistic, okay? If you're one of them, I gave you the idea. Don't forget me when you get rich, okay? All right, so which career? How do we decide a career? How do we decide a career? The most thing that upsets me when someone comes to me and says to me, cool, it's either law or medicine. It's either engineering or dentistry. طب ما فيش correlation between الاثنين. What's the link? Even the A-levels you need to take are two completely sets of A-levels. Okay, so we need to assess what's good for us, or where are we going to be good, okay? Work experience, number one, which will help you is to experience that career. Speak to us. Our church is full of pioneers in their field. They're pioneers in the field. Speak to us, we'll help you. Cool, I want to experience this field. We've helped around, I've had, maybe in the last year, 35 students working with me. 26 of them wanted to continue. I have Dr. Fadi here, very nice and generous, kindly. So many students of the church having experience with them. Many students in all sectors, IT, all finance, everything. Speak to us, we'll help you. If you're not sure, we'll help you. See what you're going to do in 10 years' time. See what the career is about. Research. What upsets me is that you tell me I want to do law, you're in year 12, and you don't know what law is. What's law? Some people don't know. What's medicine? You treat people, I think. Give up paracetamol, yeah, right? You don't know what you don't know. So we need to do a bit of research. And the best thing is when you look at a personal statement, and it says to you, ever since I was a child, I wanted to be a doctor. That's the most common sentence we see when we assess our personal statements. How do you know? Okay, fine. Was your dad a doctor? Was your mom a doctor? We need to be sure what career we're going on to. And like I said, ask, speak, now. And then capabilities, a reality check. Oh yes, Auntie.
When they can start their work experience? 16.
Bes, doesn't mean you ask at 16. Doesn't mean you ask at 16. The people who are training with me over the last 3 weeks have spoken to me around 2.5 years ago. To get a work experience, in a good work experience, it's not easy. It is not easy. It's very difficult, number one. And number two, you want to ask questions very early on. You want to ask questions very early on because you want to shape the mind. You want to see where that student is going. عايزين تعرفوا الهدف فين. عايزين يبتدوا بدري. You need to see where they're going, not in year 12. Year 12 is very late. If you don't know what you're doing at year 12, there is a big problem. There is a big problem. So capabilities. تعال يا ابني مما اتولدت. I think you're going to be a doctor. But the boy can't be a doctor. Why? His capabilities, he can't. His grades are not getting that grades. Why am I going to spoon feed a mindset that is not possible to be reached? I'm not going to force my son or daughter to be something that I want or that he doesn't want. He or she doesn't want, right? And the capabilities, sometimes I can't force them. You need to go Oxford. I've had a mum who told me he needs to go Oxford. There's other universities. He needs to go Oxford. He got sixes and fives. He needs to go Oxford. You're destroying your son. You're destroying your daughter. Be in reality. Not because of a 6 or a 5, it means they're going to fail in life. No, no, no. Not because you haven't gone to Oxford means you're going to fail in life. There are many routes to success. There are many routes to success. We need to have a discussion, a two-way street with the child. Okay. My top tip today, work experience. Work experience. Get talking. Get talking. Okay? Who's taking a photo? Okay. So when you come to work experience, there are two outcomes. You're either going to walk out with that, I love it, or you're going to walk out with that. And for me, I'm so happy when you walk out with this, because you know that's not the career for you. I'm definite Uncle Kuku. Being called Uncle doesn't make sense, but Uncle Kuku. I'm definite. Medicine is not for me. Dentistry is not for me. This is what you're making sure of. لما حد يقول لي engineering or dentistry or law or medicine, okay, let's time for elimination. This is medicine, this is dentistry, this is law, this is engineering. You see it, I like it, go ahead. And I see the other one. Even if you think you want to do engineering, even if you think you want to do medicine, oh, law sounds nice. Go and see law. This is the time. How many times are you doing GCSEs? How many times are you doing A-levels? Must not. Dad and mom are forcing me. What do we think? The parents. إيه رأيكم? Baba or mama, they're telling me I have to do this career. إيه رأيك?
Forcing you to always do your best. So always for. No. No.
And please, can you speak about the gap year? What is it for?
أطنط حكي لي. Forcing me to choose a specific career. Forcing me to be the best I can be is something. Forcing me to do something, what my mum thinks, there's a bit of a question mark there. طبعا my parents are the best people to make the best of me. They want you to be the best. No one is going to take care of you as much as your parents. No one is going to love you as much as your parents, other than God, of course, number one. This is where you need to have a discussion. Tell me.
There is another bit. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct or not. Okay, he doesn't, not forcing him to do something, but asking him to try something. No, but try. You didn't even try. You didn't even look. You didn't even see that. No, I'm not trying this. I'm not going to. You didn't even try. So that's another debate, that he didn't try or didn't give it the full experience to say or to make a final decision. No, I definitely not doing this, or doesn't like this, and he has to have a reason. Because not liking this. Yes, why? Give me, not because I want him to do that, but I need him to tell me good excuses why you hate or why you don't like this path.
One point here that she said, one word here that she said, you need to have the experience, see it, and then give the feedback. So we're going back to what? Experience. Go see it. Your parents want you to be the best. And it's a discussion. They had a discussion, a debate with the parents. So it's not a matter of telling you what to do and a blocking behavior. Like I said, they need to see the experience and have a discussion. You need to give and take. Why? Our parents are full of experiences. My dad is a textbook, is an encyclopedia of experience. Your dad and mama, full of experience. You want to make use of that. They are 50, 60, 70 years, 40 years of experience. They are a book. They could be 30 years and have a wealth of experience. They could be 70 years with decent amount of experience. You want to make the most of that. Do you think you know as much as your parents? Again, reality check. Set where you are. Where did we drop on the curve? We want to be on this point. Not I know it all. Okay. My friend told me. Very upsetting. 3 cases this year. My friend told me to choose medicine. They said it was very good. My friend, who's your friend? They are same age as you, similar experience as you. They don't know anything more than you. Don't base it on what your friend says. It pays well. I'm not going to say to you finances don't take a part of your decision. You have to look at the finance of that field, that career. You have to look at where you're going to be in 10 years. But don't make it be the sole judgment of that career. Yes, it's a part of it, but it's not the whole picture. Because if it pays well, but I don't love it, I don't like it. I know someone who was graduated as a lawyer. He said he was kind of pushed into the field of law, but then he didn't like law. There was so much lies, there was so much changes to the story. He changed, he became part of a state agency, something that he originally liked. Very successful now. Very successful, because he loves what he does. Okay? And I think, the most dangerous one on that list is I think. You tell me that at year 12, I'm not going to help you. Not going to help you. You tell me that at the beginning of year 13, after I've chosen my A-levels, I think there's a problem. How many times do you decide your A-levels? How many times do you sit your A-levels? Good. Okay, so choosing the right course. What does the course cover? I could have law at the University of Oxford. I could have law at LSE, but they are 2 different degree structures. They are 2 different structures. They are 2 different types of assessments. One could be essay, one could be short answer question. You need to look at not just the name, look at the course. Look at how they're going to teach you. Is it case-based studies? Is it problem-based studies? Is it lecture-based? These are all different. So again, we need to actually look into the degrees. What modules are most interesting or relevant to your career aspirations? See if the course or university college offers an internship, placement, or study abroad. I had a student who says to me, I want to do international law, and they do offer traveling abroad. He's like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to go to China for a year. Fine. These are you have to look into the course. I just don't want to pick it. I have to look at what I'm going to do. How the course is taught, we've touched on that, and how the course is assessed. If you don't like essays and you want to do law, there's a problem. If you don't want to sit in front of a group of people who are going to assess you on how you do an abdominal examination, you have that stage fright, there's a problem. Look at how you're going to be assessed. And these are not things which are impossible. Even the word impossible means I'm possible, if you break it down. There is possibility. There is possibility. You just need to learn, but you need to still see it. Good? Choosing A-levels. How do we choose our A-levels? A-B, IB, طيب ماشي. How do we choose our A-levels? How do you choose A-levels? Go.
Based on what career you want and like what you like at the time. Well, not at the time.
Okay. How do you choose your A-levels? No? How do you make a decision? How are you going to make a decision to choose your A-level? Come on.
Based on the grades you get at GCSEs?
Grades you get at GCSEs. So I've put there, you either look at university and you say, I want to do medicine, and they're going to tell you what A-levels you're going to choose. So the course will tell you what A-levels you will choose. I want to do medicine, it means I have to take biology, chemistry, mathematics. If I'm going to do law, and they say to you on our preferred list, we like English, we like RE, philosophy, we like these ones, they're going to guide you into what you're going to pick. Engineering, what do you think they're going to ask for? Mathematics, physics, further for mathematics, and so forth. If you're going to go into chemical engineering, they're going to want chemistry. So they will guide you. What you want to do will tell you what you're going to pick. Or I might excel in 3 of my GCSEs and be like, listen, I have to pick mathematics at A-level. I don't care what I'm going to choose as a career, but I love mathematics. I've got a 9 in GCSE. So your A-levels, based on what you can pick, based on what you want to take on from GCSE, will then decide your career. If you can only take mathematics, biology, and media, I can't do medicine, because I definitely don't want to take chemistry. I definitely don't want to take physics. So then your GCSEs will guide you into what A-levels you're going to pick, which will then pick your career. But still assess it the other way. You have to look at both ways of the assessment here, okay? Medicine or dentistry, you go into any website and they will tell you what they want. So on average, it's around A star and 2 A's at A-level. What do they want? They want biology, chemistry, mathematics. If you look at some of the medical schools, they will tell you we want chemistry, we want maths, ولو عايزين يعني يدونا biology. Okay? Fine. There's a problem in that. We're going to have a discussion. If you look at dentistry, A star, 2 A's, they're going to tell you we want biology or chemistry plus mathematics or psychology. We do not want critical thinking, we don't want thinking skills, we don't want all that stuff. They will tell you what we want and what we don't want, okay? Law. Raise your hand if you're thinking about law. One time. Okay, so law, when you look at the website, they'll tell you again, A star and 2 A's, and then it will tell you in English language and mathematics, we want grade B or 6. So they have rules again on GCSE and A-level. They have rules on GCSE and A-level. They have a requirement on both. And then they tell you, if you take a look at the bottom, and it says to UCL's list of preferred A-level subjects. You have to see what they prefer, okay? Now, does preference mean compulsory? I'll tell you where the problem is. You might not think it's compulsory. I'll tell you what the problem is. Engineering. So the average, this is for a Russell group for the top 15, top 20 universities, okay? You have 2 A stars and an A, or an A star and 3 A's if you're offering 4 A levels. Okay, this is engineering. What A levels do they want? They want an A star in mathematics, they want an A or A star in physics, and an A in a 3rd or 4th subject. And if you go down, it says to preferred subjects, further mathematics is recommended, but not essential. But not essential. So we know what we have to pick to enter a field, okay? If you take a look at the bottom left, it says to you typical offer. What does that mean? What does that mean?
They usually accept people with that certain grade.
Great. What else? Why did I put a big beware and I said typical applicant? They might say to you, yes, it's preferred to have mathematics, but the majority of the students are offering mathematics. Where does that put you if you don't take mathematics? At the bottom. Does it mean because on the website it says to you, يعني لو حتدينا physics ماشي. Yeah, I don't mind, you're going to give me physics, okay, fine. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I hate physics, but I still want to do engineering. That doesn't mean that puts you in a very good situation when you apply, because the typical applicant is offering physics. Remember, there's only 100 seats, 150 seats. So how many applications you have? Imperial has 17,000 applications for 150 seats. Medicine. Liverpool Dental School, there are 59 seats. We had 15,200 applications. So how am I going to pick you? Why do I need to pick you? I need to offer the best. I need to offer the best to beat the competition. Okay? So not everything on the website is going to guide you. The things that you must have, you must have. And the things they preferred, then I would definitely tell you to take them. I would definitely tell you to take them. If you're not sure, simply pick up the phone and call the university. Ask them. Very simple. If you're not sure, these are the best people. I want to go to LSE, I call and ask them. I want to go to St. George's, I pick up the phone and ask them. Majority of the kids that I see nowadays, you can't even order your own McDonald's meals. You have to get your mum or dad to order your McDonald's meals. You can't pick up the phone and answer someone who's coming. Why? Why? What's happening? 16 years old, there needs to be communication. We need to have confidence in ourselves. Pick up the phone and ask. Okay? UCAS application. Now we are on the road to apply to university. First step, you're going to put your personal details. And this is an online application. An online application that you need to fill and put all your information on it. When do we do this UCAS application? At the start of year 13, and there are certain deadlines that we're going to touch on, depending on what you're going to apply to and where you're going to apply to. There are different deadlines. Unfortunately, we had someone this year who missed the deadline. They didn't know. They didn't know. Wonderful grades. They didn't know. You're going to put additional information, ethnicity, things like this, more stuff. Student finance. Student Finance England is going to fund you and support you if it is your first course you're taking at university. It's the government, they're going to give you money on a loan basis. And again, we're going to touch on that because the parents asked me to touch on this, okay? Choices. I'm now going to put option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and option 5. You have 5 applications. 5 universities, 5 courses. You only have 5. You don't have more than this. Okay? So we need to pick them wisely. Education, this is where your GCSE comes. And what else? Do you have your A-levels? You haven't done them yet. What are you going to put in the application? Predicted A-level grades. So what do we need to make sure? They are really high. Really high. And when do we sit these exams in most cases? End of year 12. So we can't be sleeping in year 12 and be like, yeah, I'm going to apply in year 13. Let me just go Egypt for 6 weeks, enjoy my summer holidays, and I'll come back, I'm going to sort it out. Cool, I'm going to sort it out. Really? Really? If you haven't, the teacher is going to give you a predicted grade based on what? On your performance throughout year 12. So don't tell me I'm going to start relax and I'm going to pick it up in March of year 12, 3 months before the exams.
Two questions if possible, but maybe you'll answer them later, so absolutely fine. But the first one is with the education. So which universities look at the grades for GCSEs? And do they look at the subjects as well as that you took or not? Or is it just a matter of grades? Because what I've heard so far is for GCSEs, the most important thing is just the grades in case they look at it. So just confirm this message for me. And the other thing is for the, what was the other thing? For the, other than the education, I wanted to ask you or not. Forgot it.
Very good. I will answer now and I will touch on it later. Oh, yes.
So does for the choices, do you have to make all of your choices in the same direction of uni? For example, medicine, so all of them are medicine. Can they be totally different based on what you would choose?
Lovely. 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 When you do your choices, look after it says education. Point number 6, it says employment, if you've worked. And most students leave it empty because we don't have a job at that time. And then it says personal statement. Personal statement in the beginning was a page. I just waffle about myself. I'm amazing. I've done this. I'm amazing. You have to accept me. You have to accept me. I've worked in Brighton Hospital. I've done weeks of this volunteering. You have to accept me. Right? It's just a whole page. They've changed this. It's questions that you're going to fill, small boxes. Type. I'm going to fill this question, this box, one time. So I'm going to write why I want to do law. I only have one box. So this personal statement goes to all 5 options. I cannot apply law and apply medicine. They all have to flow on the same personal statement. On the same question. So if I'm applying and saying, I want you guys to accept me because I'm going to be an amazing doctor in 15 years, I'm not going to apply that to a law school. Okay? There is one exception for that point, which we're going to come to later. In terms of GCSEs, yes?
If you're
applying to if I want to apply to one thing, but one of my options are like a double major, but it's like one thing, can I still use the same, would I need to put it in my personal statement if I was doing mainly psychology, but one's like...
Is it one of the choices?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? You can touch it.
Okay. If my first 4 options are medicine and my 5th is pharmacy. Okay.
Okay, so GCSEs. The majority of GCSEs now, the main focus for all the degrees is mathematics and English. Of course, when you come to take the A-level, majority of state schools, you have to have a minimum of what to take at A-level? Grade? Who knows? 6. You cannot take that subject. If I got a 4 in biology at triple science in GCSE on a usual state school, if you go to college, you could do whatever you want. Not all colleges, some colleges. If you go private, you could do whatever you want. You can get zeros and go do mathematics. But is it wise? Is it wise? You're going to fail. If you can't do it at GCSE, you're not going to do it at A-level. And they're going to look at it at GCSE, okay? Number one, they will look at English and they will look at mathematics. Majority of schools need a minimum of grade 6, which is a B for the elders here. They've changed it to all numbers now. So you need a B at that grade. Now, if I'm applying Oxford and I have 6s, do you think they'll accept me? Because why? The typical applicant is not offering 6s. The typical applicant is offering 10s if they had 10s. Straight 9s. Straight 9s and 8s. The typical applicant. مش حبص لك أصلاً. The application is going to be ripped up straight away. They have loads of students. Everyone's getting 9s. If you look on TikTok, there's so many students now posting their 9s. I don't know how they're getting 9s. There's so many. There's so many getting A stars, which is why they introduced something additional. Because everyone's getting top grades. They said, how am I going to choose? The university admissions tutor, how am I going to choose? And this is where they've introduced entrance exams. And they're going to go on to that. So English and maths need to be on top point. And not just that, all over the board. They will look at it. LSE, for example, for law, you need a minimum of 7 7s. 7 7s. Cambridge is not going to look at you if you're offering less than 8 8s. And like I said, that's what's on their website. That's not the typical applicant. Again, be careful. And then after you finish, you put your referee details. Your referee is who? Head of sixth form, your tutor, and so forth. So what do we need to do? We can't get in their bad books. Yes? يعني شوكولاتة كده في Christmas. حاجة كده في الإيستر. في عيد ميلادهم كده حاجة يعني. بسطوهم شوية. Okay? And then you send it to your tutor. The tutor adds your reference. They send it to UCAS, and UCAS sends it to university. Any questions so far in this application? Good. When to apply? All applications open on the 5th of September. Now, طبعا دي بتتغير. It can vary from year to year. UCAS, this is to the best of our knowledge, provisional dates for next year. This year, whoever's applying this year, طبعا I'll probably be in contact with you already. We're probably working on your personal statement. But those for next year, these are provisional dates. This is when it starts. Then you've got until the 15th of October. That's the first deadline. If you're applying to Oxford for any degree, if you're applying to Cambridge for any degree, if you're applying to medicine at any university, if you're applying to dentistry at any university, if you like dogs and cats and you're applying to vet med, at any university, your deadline is the 15th of October. If you're applying law, you go to the next one, 31st of January. This is anything else. There is a small glitch in the system now. This changed everything. Everything's now changing for next year. Some universities want to put their own deadline. So we need to still be careful. Yes?
Does medicine include nursing?
No. Strictly medicine MBBS A100 course. The course code is A100. Anything other than that is to the 31st of January. Unless the university, the nursing school, states otherwise. So you have to check directly with the nursing program. You got until the 24th of March for those who want to take some art and design courses. Why? Because you have to submit a portfolio. You have to submit some of your work, so they've extended the deadline for you. And then until the 30th of June, no one here, hopefully, no one here is going past 24th of March if you're doing art and design. No one here is going past 31st of January in any circumstances. Do not go past that line, only if you're doing art and design. And I will tell you why when it comes later. So choosing the right university. Best case scenario, you want to choose something local to you in a city that you know. You want to choose a university that's reputable, that you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful degree from. Medicine and dentistry, wherever you go, you need a minimum of an A star and 2 A's. There are 14 dental schools, there are 26 medical schools, all of them, without fail, for an undergraduate student, need an A star and 2 A's. So we know what we're dealing with. However, if I pick law, I can have a university that needs 3 A stars, and I can have a university that needs 3 C's, and I'll still study law. What does that mean? What does that mean? I can enter engineering with 3 A stars. University wants to tell me, you have to have 3 A stars to come to us. وبرضه في جامعة تاني. You're like, I want 3 B's, and you'll study the same course. Aeronautical into aeronautical. Or a B and 2 C's. What does that mean?
You have a backup plan in case you don't work for the first one?
Tell me, what does that mean?
Do you both leave with the same degree?
Do you? You're going to have the same title. The value. Is the degree, the value of this degree, the same as the value of this degree? When you come to work, is it the value, same this degree and this degree? I love Primark clothes. I love Primark clothes. But is Primark the same as M&S clothing? The same as Burberry? The same as Louis Vuitton? Right? They're both t-shirts, but they're not the same. They're not the same. Okay? You need to be careful. Where anything other than medicine and dentistry, you want to go to somewhere that's going to take you on a good career. When you look at the website, they tell you overview, they tell you about the course, they tell you entry requirements, they tell you fees, and then they tell you career or job prospects. Where are you going to be after you graduate? Now they will tell you, we offer you programs. So for the engineers here, they will tell you, we will offer you a job at Rolls-Royce in Birmingham. We will offer you a job at BA Factory in Guildford. We will offer you these jobs. If you come and take a look at financial courses, they will tell you, we will offer you jobs at Credit Suisse. They will tell you whatever, that Goldman something Sachs. They will tell you where you can go to. Do you think Oxford is going to take you to somewhere that Kingston's going to take you? Now, these courses vary. The quality of your degree will be different. Oxford is going to take you somewhere much better, and to start off your life in a much better company, much higher in the hierarchy than where you're going to be from the lowest 20 or 30 universities. And that's where it says what graduates do after it. Tuition fees are fixed. Living costs. Am I going to live at home? Am I going to live out? I've had parents who tell me, I don't want my son or my daughter to stay with me. Let them go out, let them experience life. Are they going to experience life? Are they going to experience life? What's going to happen to them? We're going to come to that. And I've had, obviously, those who want to stay at home. Now, the best case scenario is we want them to stay at home, and we're going to discuss why now. The tuition fees, when you come to study, you have 2 payments. The first payment is tuition fee, the money that goes to who? To the universities. And how much is that? It goes up to 9,535 per year. You choose a 3-year program, 3 times that. You choose a 5-year program, 5 times that. You choose a 6-year program, 6 times that. Good luck to the medics and the dents, okay? Then you've got your maintenance loan. The man, I need to live, I need to eat and drink, I need to give you some expenses. That's the second part. Who does the maintenance loan go to? Who? The student. The student, okay? Now imagine you've never worked in your life and you had a big paycheck just whack into your account. Big paycheck whack into your account. Oh, Straight away, Westfield, I'm going to go shopping out, right? If I'm living at home, that's the first thing that students tell me. That's it. Use up my loan. Use up my loan. Use up my, what's a loan? What's a loan? Going to pay it back? Type. If you need more help, there are more help. There is more loan. There is more loan. Or there is some grants in some situations where grant is money that you do not return. These are very difficult to get. We're talking about the standard student. Oh, we're talking about the standard student, okay? Okay, so we need to be careful in terms of maintenance loan and your tuition fees. Maintenance loan is means tested. What does that mean? I don't have an idea what means tested means. Are they going to give the same amount to every student? So what does it mean? Tell me.
I think it depends on your neighborhood and your income. No, sorry, your home's income.
So they check the income of the house, your dad's and mum income. They check the income and then they base the maintenance loan according to that, as well as your location, where you are, as well as where you're going to be when you're studying. Are you going to be at home or are you going to live out? Are you going to be inside London or are you going to be outside London? Good? Okay? No? I'll use that. So halls and homes, okay? This is a video that the students show me. They say to me, I want to live out, uncle. I want to live out. I want to get the experience of feeling alone. I want to get the experience of cooking. Let's watch it.
First is halls.
Thank you.
I'm studying in Reading and I lived in student accommodation.
I went to uni in Bath and I lived at home with my parents.
I live in an household. I live in student accommodation.
The biggest positive of living at home during university is the money. You're unlikely to be spending as much money on rent and bills as you would be if you were living away from home. Another bonus of studying from home is that you won't run into trouble with homesickness, as many students do. If you get on well with your family, you also have them there for advice and guidance if you need it.
In student halls, you live among a vibrant student community. You can make friends with loads of other students just like you.
Dinner for two? The halls are a great way of meeting people.
So
I remember cooking typically German meals because I'm an international student for my housemates, and they in return would cook for me, and we had a nice dinner party.
Study rooms, game rooms, gardens are all part of student halls provided by the university. Some university halls even provide gym facilities inside.
you also get to experience what it's like to be independent, truly independent. You're responsible for buying your groceries, looking after your place where you live, and generally just making decisions for yourself.
The biggest downside of studying from home rather than at halls is probably the social life. Especially in your first year, you may find yourself missing out on certain events, either organised by the uni or impromptu ones in the halls themselves. Another potential drawback of living at home is the travel. As you'll be further away from the university, you may find yourself having to travel a lot more than other students do.
That's the Piccadilly line at 6 p.m. coming home.
The downside of having independence is that you are responsible for making sure your flat is clean, making sure you have everything. It's not as nice as when you're living at home and your parents are doing everything for you. even though you've moved out of your parents' house, there are a few rules in place. So there's a curfew, no noise after 10, and you have to register your guests that come and stay.
Most halls do not allow you to bring your pets into the halls, and that might be a heartbreak for some of you.
Definitely home.
Halls.
Halls.
Home.
Halls.
Home.
Halls.
Perfect. Thank you, Karim. So it all depends, essentially, where you're going to end. If I'm choosing medicine, and it's difficult to get into medicine, I end up getting an offer in Manchester. Are you going to commute? No. You're going to live out. Okay? There are some situations which we are forced to get into. Okay? So we have to be a bit understanding when it comes into there. So, looking at the finances, what do we need to pay for? Accommodation, if you're living out. You need to spend on books. Universities are not as nice as A-levels and GCSEs. They don't just give it to you. You have to buy your own stuff, or you keep going to the library, but good luck getting these books, because there's only a handful of copies, and look how many students are taking them, okay? Living expenses, and then obviously commute if you're living at home. And I put a padlock on your options. If you get into an option that you can't live at home, they will have to be a bit understanding. For dentistry, there are only 2 dental schools in London. So we can't even apply to 4 dental schools. It's very difficult. So we have to apply outside. And everyone wants to come to King's College and Queen Mary, the 2 schools, so it's very difficult. So we have to be a bit understanding. If I don't have a good application, it might be a bit easier to go outside London. There is less competition. We'll speak about these cases. This is research done by Uni Accommodation, the cost of living in London. This is more dedicated to the parents, that unfortunately some of them told me, I want them to live out and they're going to spend from their maintenance loan, okay? If you think the maintenance loan is going to cover their expenses, it is not going to cover their expenses. It is not even sufficient at all to cover their expenses. You have your accommodation, you have your transport, you have entertainment, groceries, clothing, food, utilities. Now, student accommodation cover the utilities. It comes part of it. They don't pay council tax, they don't pay water and stuff like this if they're part of halls of the university. If they're going to rent out a normal property, they need a guarantor. Yes, they will pay the bills. Okay? It is expected approximately that you spend a month off campus around £1,237. يعني كم في السنة؟ 15,000 pounds, approximately. Okay? If you take a look at that number, and I looked at food, and I asked uni accommodation, the statistics, what did you base the food as? They told me the 3 most common meals that they had. Beans on toast, jacket potato, pasta and salsa, and tomato sauce. Is that what we feed our kids? That's that expense right there. Okay? Now these are the numbers, 24, 25, 25, 26 applications, and I want you to take a look at the most important 2 words, which are what? Up to. It's not the number that you're going to get, it's up to this number. And like I said, these are means tested. So if you're living with your parents, okay, you can, and in 2026, you can apply up to 8,877. What does that mean? That means both parents are claiming benefits, are not working. In a council estate, you will get that number. If your parents are working, you start working down from that number per year. If you're living away from your parents outside London, you go up to £10,000. All the up to, the top limit is where you need 100% support because there is no financial support in the house. There is no income in the house. It's all benefit based. So we need more money. Monopoly man, the government, they love that stuff. They love giving you money so they can take it back with interest. They love it. They want to give you money. They want to soak you up in loans. Okay? So what happens? They're going to be like, yeah, you want support? I'll give you extra support. You can apply for it on a loan basis. What's the interest? What's the interest when you start working on the loan? Anyone give me numbers? 8%? 8%. In 2028, they want to lift it to 9.9%. It used to be 6% for the last 6 years, and then it used to be around 3 to 4% if you go 10 years ago. Do you see the level of inflation we're going up with? By the time Michaela, my daughter, who's 3 years old, goes to university, I think it'll be worse than American Express. Okay? So there's grants. A grant is what? Money that you don't pay back. Who am I going to give that to? Those who really, really need it. There is no household income on benefits. Household benefits, no income. So these are very difficult to get. Monopoly man's happy. Loan. Yalla khud habibi. Khud habibi, yalla. Take more, take more, take more. I'm going to soak you up. So don't get happy when you're spending it. Don't get happy when you're spending it and you're going out for meals because you're paying this back way more. Way more. Your £5 that you're using it to spend on McDonald's, which is what it's made for, use it wisely. Use it to eat. Don't use it for this nail polish on. It looks really nice. Let me just put, yeah. Let me buy this new expensive one that I can buy from Mac. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Use it wisely, okay? But we're all at that age. We're all at that age. You're 18 years old, fresh out the boat with a big paycheck in your bank account. Oh, yeah. Be careful. Wise. And who's the best person to speak to? Your parents. They will help you finance it very well. Manage it very, very well. They will help you. Don't think you're all alone now, happy with a big paycheck. I promise you, it won't last you anything. Be careful. Once you start earning above £26,000, so let's go back a step. Once you start earning above £21,000, the interest starts to kick in. Once you start earning above £26,000, any number above £26,000, they take 9% of it as repayment. So this person earns around £2,750. They minus the threshold, which is £26,000, which is a month, £2,172. Left over with $578 that you pay 9% of that as start repayments. So if you're earning £100,000, good luck. You're paying a lot back. £200,000, you're starting paying a lot more back. Very intelligent system. You will be paying it back. So what do we need? We need support. Now this I've dedicated for the parents because they asked me, what's the scenario with finances? They have two situations if they can't get more money. You either support them or they work. You either support them or they work. Now working is a debatable topic here because some people say to you, yeah, خليه يشتغل, خليه يتعلم يعني فلوس. But you know when you work in third year university, do you know how hard it is? It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult to manage your time. I'm not saying it's impossible. It is possible, and a lot of students do it. But we need to have discussion. If they're going out because I want to live out, there's a problem. But if I have the opportunity to stay at home, let me stay at home and save the money. Okay? If I want to stay at home, this will be me. Who is that? All the new generation asking, who is that? Okay? Do you want to tell us who this is?
That's general.
Okay? This will be me if I live at home. I'll be walking in, my dinner's there, help out finish the bits off. Mama made me this, mama made me that, my room's there, house is nice and warm. Lovely. Better. Okay? This will be me. Any questions? Oh.
Is a bursary any different? A bursary?
Grant. Any questions here? No? Oh, we're going to power through because of time, okay? Now, we said the personal statement previously used to be 1 page of you waffling about yourself. Text, 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 text. Changed. It's now questions that they're going to ask you. Let's play this video, which will show you the change. وده الصورة هي So it's changed. They ask you questions. All they do now is ask you questions and they restrict you of how much you write. So if I tell you, why do you want to do medicine? In 5 lines.
I didn't originally want to do medicine.
Do you think I'm going to write that on my first time?
No.
Students applying for 2026 entry, the personal statement will look a little different. Instead of one longer piece of text, it will now be 3 separate sections, each with a question to help you shine in your application. We know how daunting it can be facing a blank page. So this new structure will give you a starting point to shout about your achievements and scaffold your statement to include exactly what universities and colleges want to see. Scaffolding questions give you the chance to break them down into manageable parts. By providing specific prompts, you can gain clarity on what to address, fostering focus in your writing. This ensures that each aspect of your experiences and goals are explored and articulated. So what are the new questions and how should you answer them? Question 1. Why do you want to study this? Tell us what you love about it. Were you inspired by an event in your life, a role model, or was it a subject you loved and wanted to pursue further? Inside the book, further we can listen to TED Talk, universities and colleges. Once you've done your research and shown that you have a genuine passion in this subject, think about those activities you've done outside the classroom that will evidence your passion. If you have a career path in mind, talk about how the course or subject is pivotal to you being successful in your preferred profession. Think about how the course will help you achieve your future goals. Question 2. How have your qualifications and studies helped you prepare for this? This is your chance to shout about the relevant or transferable skills you've gained from your formal education to highlight your understanding of how they will help you succeed in this subject area. Think about how your studies or training relate to your choices, whether it be your current school or college, any online courses, any form of education you have undertaken. Consider what relevant or transferable skills you have from your studies and how they may have helped you develop the skills required to succeed at university or college in your desired course. Have you received any educational achievements, such as academic competitions or student ambassador responsibilities that make you stand out? If so, here's the place to shout about them. Question 3. What else have you done to prepare outside of education and why are these experiences useful? Talk about anything else you feel will support your application. Any other activities that you feel may be useful or interesting for the university or college, such as work experience, employment or volunteering you have done, whether it's in-person work experience at your local school or virtual work experience, or even volunteering at a dog shelter. The key thing here is for you to reflect on your experiences and the skills gained relevant to your chosen course. Personal life experiences or responsibilities. Is there a situation you've personally overcome that's influenced your decisions? Are there responsibilities such as caring for a family member that has helped you develop essential qualities for the course, like resilience and empathy? Hobby and any extracurricular activities, whether it's sports, community work, summer schools, highlight anything that shows you would make a great student at the university or college. Other achievements. Whether you're a captain of your local sports team, want to shout about a related competition you won, or any additional qualifications the universities or colleges would like to hear. Remember, when universities and colleges read your personal statement, they are looking for evidence that you're passionate and knowledgeable about the subject you're applying to. It is your chance to shine and show them that you'll be a great student. Best of luck with your personal statement.
Okay. What did we gain out of this? There's actually quite a bit that we need to fit in these questions, and we're limited in the amount of space. And we need to offer a lot. Imagine I have 100 students who are going to tell me, I want you to take me because I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They better be worthy things that you're going to put down. I need to stand different to the people. Oh, stop. Okay, so we need to make sure what? We need to make sure we have these things ready so we can offer them. Now, I can't come and say, I'm a captain of a big Chelsea team, with this belly, like I'm brilliant at football, and then they come and ask me for a reference. I can't lie. I actually need something with certification. I need something to prove if they do ask me, because I need to show them that I've actually done it. If I have trophies, if I have certificates, don't throw them away. These will make you stand out. These will make you unique. Okay? So your extracurricular activities, when you come and talk about them, don't come and tell me I go to the gym. I go to the gym sometimes. Okay? I want you to do something with certification. I want you to do something that makes you stand out. Good thing, some people do piano and they're grade 6, grade 7, grade 8 certified. I take part in tournaments, part of martial arts. I take part in a football club and I got certificates in tournaments. I need to be active, and I start this from year 10, from year 9, as early as possible. I need to be excelling in something so I can speak about it, which will make you unique. You need to stand out. If you're going to give me a list of things which everyone's offering, you're not any special. You're not special, okay? So we need that list. Work experience and volunteering. Very, very important. How do I know as a university that you really want to do engineering? That you've actually gone out of your way and you've went to do a bit of work. You've volunteered. You've gone out of your A-level time, your GCSE time, which I feel bit. You've actually gone out, made the effort, woke up at 7 o'clock, got on a bus, went there at 8 to spend the day to watch something that you really love to do. I'm trying to tell university that I am the person for this course. I'm not going to let you down. Speak to us. We'll help you. We'll help you get these placements. This year, we've helped so many students. So many students. From the Diocese of London, we've helped over 80 students have work experience placement in just medicine and dentistry. We will help you. People in law, we're helping them. Engineering, we'll help you. If we can't get you work experiences, we'll get you to speak to those people and have a chance to understand, ask the question, what is this field about? What do I do? Okay? So speak to us. Be careful. Now, I need you to be awake for this. UCAS is very intelligent. What's my biggest problem nowadays? Huh? AI. The biggest problem. They have a new artificial intelligence detection system. I've mentioned this last year and this year. They've released reports this year that they've cancelled over 800 applications. I don't know how they've detected it. Karim will probably tell us, but they've cancelled the applications because they know you've used ChatGPT. They know. If you're going to be smart, don't be smart with these guys. They will know. There are ways to use ChatGPT, and Karim will help us with that. But I wouldn't advise it. We offer a service to help you write your personal statement. You don't need ChatGPT. We will help you. And these people got into their universities of choice. We will help you. You don't need to go on ChatGPT. It will write you a personal statement. It will write your questions for you. You don't need to do that, though. Why are you risking your life? Because once you're detected, you're on a blacklist. Once you're on a blacklist, you forget university. You forget it. You forget McDonald's. Very difficult. Very upsetting. I need to talk about this. The amount of applicants that are telling me, I am going to write, I prefer not to say what my gender is, so I can sound appealing to the admissions tutor that I'm Gen Z. UCAS have added this. Use another term, and then they put a box. You want to be identified as a dog, you can write a dog. You want to be identified as a mouse, you can be identified as a mouse. And then they put here, I prefer not to say. And you think that I say I prefer not to say it will get me my better chances of getting the application. That is nonsense. Do not do it. Do not do it. The universities do not look at you any different. If you're a male, you're a male. You're a female, you're a female. And that's the only two we believe. The rest there is nonsense. We need Donald Trump to run this country for 1 year, and he'll fix it. Okay. Advanced British Standards. I'm not going to touch on it very, very vaguely. Those of you who are in year 7 and year 8, you might be impacted with this. Like the GCSE system has slightly been changed to numbers, A-levels, they're studying to change A-levels, where you will take mathematics and English compulsory. Okay? So those of you who are in year 9 and above, you're happy. Okay? Those of you in the coming years, it will be impacted. And the system will change. All the A-level system will change. And the idea is because all the youth in the United Kingdom, most of the youth, have very poor mathematical skills and English language skills. So they are enforcing it up to A-level, up to the age of 18. Okay, so this is something for the other children. So we've spoken about GCSEs. We're getting there, we're getting there. GCSEs and A-levels, are we happy? Are we happy? Work experience, we're happy. Extracurricular activities, we're happy. Entrance exams. Just before entrance exams, when you apply for your 5 options, and this is what Auntie was saying there, if I'm applying to anything other than medicine, dentistry, and veterinary medicine, I can apply to 5 of the same thing. But yani, with a small exception, yani, law with accounting, law with economics, law with administration. But what's the key term here? Law. So there's a bit of variability that I can apply. If it comes to medicine, dentistry, and veterinary medicine, I can only apply to 4. Because it's so competitive and the level of failure is so high, they enforce you to apply to something, not medicine, not dentistry, not veterinary medicine. And the most common two are biomedical sciences or pharmacy. And when they apply to that pharmacy school, what are they going to see? A medicine personal statement, a dentistry personal statement. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, he's put as 5th option. They know. But I can't apply to UCL, the best pharmacy school in the United Kingdom. This is just a replacement option. These options are usually average universities that will give you the offer. So medicine, dentistry, veterinary medicine, only 4. Otherwise, you've got 5 of your options. Entrance exams. Why am I doing that? Why am I showing this picture? What's that? Masfa. Civ. Okay? Why are we doing this?
Because it's so common for everyone to get like A's and A stars, so they need to choose the best of the best.
I'm just going to change one bit there. It's so common, everyone's getting A stars. Not A's, A stars. We're getting smarter on the generation. Smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. The knowledge of a 12-year-old in 5 years is going to be the knowledge of a 9-year-old. In 5 years, is going to be the knowledge of a 6-year-old. They're getting smarter as we go along. My daughter knows how to unlock my phone with the password, with the passcode. She knows how to navigate through my phone. She's 3. There's a problem. There's a problem. So everyone's getting it. So I need to know who's the best. Like I said, how many thousands of applications and how many seats I've got. So I need to know who's the best. Law. You need to sit an LNAT exam. Does every law school need an LNAT exam? No. Only these schools. Oxford, UCL, LSE, Bristol, Durham, Glasgow, KC, King's College London, SOAS, and there's a couple of others. What does that mean? Why are these schools privileged to have the entrance exams? Because their degree is a Burberry degree, is a Louis Vuitton degree. Okay? Is a top degree. There's something different about their degree. And of course, Cambridge need to be unique. They have their own tests. So we need to do these tests if you want to go to them. There are other law schools that you can get into. There are other law schools without LNAT. Workshop. I'm going to ask you the question which they asked a couple of years ago. I just want to show you how hard it is. Women now have the chance to achieve anything they want. How do you respond to this statement? This is an essay. Another question. In what circumstances should abortion be permitted and why? This is law school. My favorite one. Wearing a burqa. A burqa is hijab. Wearing a burqa in the Western countries is just as offensive as wearing a bikini in the Arab countries. Do you agree? Would you agree that travel and tourism exploit poorer nations and benefit only the richer ones? They're not easy questions. They're not easy questions. I stumbled when I look at this. So, what does this mean? What does this mean? We need to have general knowledge. We need to be reading the news. We need to be having discussions about, we need to be aware of this. Because the whole idea is I need to put you in an uncomfortable environment. The idea of this exam, if I put you in your comfort zone, you're going to do amazing. If you can revise for your exam and go to it, I know what's coming up. To a certain degree, I'm in my comfort zone. The whole idea of this is I put you something that you're not comfortable in. I need to see how you're going to think. Difficult, right? Again, we need to start our knowledge, our foundation of our brain very early on. We need to. So if I tell you abortion, we can't come and say to me, Jesus Christ said no, in the Bible it says no. If you say that, you're not going anywhere. You can say it as an opinion, but you have to debate both sides, for and against. You have to have the knowledge. Healthcare, medicine, dentistry, and some health sciences. Some other courses do offer, like biomedical sciences, at top schools, but it's mainly medicine and dentistry in our case. It's called the University Clinical Aptitude Test. Question. Your nurse walks in the morning, she smells of alcohol. What do you do? Report her. You're horrible to your nurse. You're horrible to your nurse. Your nurse smells of alcohol. What do you do? You try to find out. Don't be judgmental. Don't be judgmental. She could have had someone who's drunk on the bus, he spilled his bottle of whiskey in the morning, and that's not her.
I think nowadays the typical answer will be talk to her, see if she's in some kind of trouble, if she needs support, and refer her to her colleagues or someone who can support her because she's having a difficult time.
Perfect. That's one part of the UCAT exam. There are other parts. There is a verbal reasoning. Whoever did 11 plus, it's exactly like it. Verbal reasoning, you have numerical reasoning, quantitative reasoning, mathematics, but it's not hard maths. It's the time you have to do it in. I have to do a question in 12 seconds. 12 seconds. Very difficult. I have 47 questions to solve in 12 seconds each. I have verbal reasoning. I need to read 3 paragraphs and answer true or false statement in 14 seconds. Not easy. Okay? So we need to train for these. If you're not willing to try and go for these, then you forget medicine and dentistry. You have to look at this exam. And this is the most problem that students fail to get into medicine and dentistry, because they can get GCSEs, they can get A-levels, they can get the work experience, but they can't do this exam. This is the problem. Okay? ESAT, people who want to do engineering and science. Okay? Mainly engineering based. At Cambridge, Imperial, and UCL, the best free engineering schools. You want to do it, they will ask you a question. I'm going to give you 60 seconds for this workshop. How many squares are on this chessboard? Shout out answers. 64, you're all wrong. 65, you're all wrong. "20 seconds gone. Max, what's the answer?
I have no idea.
Tom, what's the answer? Come on, you want to go to Cambridge? You want to go to Imperial, no? No one search on their phone.
64?
Nope. 204. 204. 204. I see you're holding your phone, but it's fine. 204. That's the correct answer. That's the correct answer. Okay? You need to think. Quickly. Okay? Not easy. Not easy. But we will help you train for this. We run some interviews. We run some training days. We know what the questions are like. We trained 35 students, 27 of them got medicine and dentistry offers. We helped them get through the interviews and the UCAT exam. So we know what the questions are like. We will help you. But you start early. You tell me, Coco, I want this no matter what. I want to do medicine, dentistry, engineering, law, psychiatry, whatever it is. I will help you. We will help you. Okay? We'll find a solution. Pharmacy, there's quite a high demand for it. Okay? Everyone now wants to do pharmacy. The General Pharmaceutical Council now have allowed pharmacists to prescribe, to take the pressure off GPs. Part of their program now is you do a prescribers program. My wife is a pharmacist. She is old school. She hasn't done it part of her degree. They didn't offer it at the time. New programs now are offering parts of it. If my wife wants to do it, she has to spend 6 months on a prescribing course. The idea is that when you have tonsillitis, you have an ear infection, you have an eye infection, you have basic ones, they can prescribe to take the pressure off the GPs. There's no admissions test for now. Because they have this now demand on pharmacy, everyone's going to do pharmacy, you're doing a bit of doctor's job and you're doing a bit of pharmacy job, they're going to be like, okay, fine. The best schools now are going to start doing their own exam, which we're expecting the next 2 to 3 years. So if you want to do pharmacy, now's your time. There are lots of other exams. If you want to do mathematics, if you want to do PPE, politics, economics, physiology, all sorts, okay? There are lots of other exams at Cambridge, Oxford, other universities, all depending on which degree field you want to take. You have to be careful. Don't come and tell me, I want to do this degree, and you'll be like, oh, I don't know about this entrance exam. No, we have to do our research, okay? If you're not sure, I'll help you. Ask, and I'll help you. University of Cambridge, again, has to be special. Oh, I'm so sorry, Karim, I'm so sorry. Mara Karim, Mara Samir. Okay. Next. Then some courses will offer you interviews. Some courses will offer you interviews, not all of them. Any medicine or dentistry program, you will be interviewed. If you're applying to Oxford or Cambridge, you will be interviewed. If you want to go to LSE or Imperial, you're likely to be interviewed for other courses as well. Okay? And it's very simple. There is MMI and there is interview panel based. So there's MMI, which are many different rooms. You spend 5 minutes in each room and they ask you different questions in each one. Or panel interview, you sit amongst 5 pioneers, 3 pioneers, and they just hammer you down with questions. We'll help you. We'll get through it. It's doable. Your colleagues did it, you could do it. Okay? Okay? I promise, hopefully this will be the last time. Okay, so these are the interviews. So again, if you're not an interview person, you need to be careful to pick what degree you want to do. So how do I know what I need to do? If you go on any program, any website, any university, this is what you're going to see. Overview, structure, admission requirements, careers, fees and funding, studying abroad. If you go to admissions requirements, it will tell you everything you need. From GCSE to A-level, to work experience, to admissions tests, to everything you need to know. Everything is given to you on a gold plate. Oh, I might be careful with this now. Okay, so congrats, you applied, you got your offer. You applied, you did the entrance exam, you got the interview, or you might just know it if there's no interviews. I gave you an offer. How lucky. Mina, you told me in your predicted grades, you're going to get 3 A stars. Hadi'i. Your offer's 3 A stars. لو حبيتك قوي هقول لك 1 A star and 2 A's. Don't put predicted grades that you're not going to get. Put something realistic. And this is why your teachers will only give you a predicted grade 1 above what you're going to get at the end of year 12. If you got a B at the end of year 12, your predicted grade is an A. If you get an A at the end of year 12, your predicted grade is an A star. So you want to get the top grades at the end of year 12, but realistic. Don't ask your teacher, be like, oh, Miss Rachel, you know I'm your favorite student. I got a C, but I wasn't studying. Can you put me an A star? Some teachers will do it. You're just shooting yourself in the head. You're shooting yourself in the head, okay? Forget about the unconditional offer. So you get conditional offer. Conditional offer is where I tell you, Mina, you have to get me these grades by the end of year 13. Or, I don't want you, you're unsuccessful, goodbye. Simple as that. On your UCAS application, then it will tell you, you have an update, you got an offer, or you haven't got an offer. If you got offers, well done, you have to study hard and make it happen. End of year 12, end of year 13, you have to get these grades. On results day, we do an overnight tasbihah in the church, and you do not see me leading the liturgy. We did tasbihah, but you do not see me leading the liturgy. I'll be inside in that room with all the students. We'll be working inside there for those who don't have an offer on clearing. So we'll be helping you, even then. And clearing is basically where the chairs are empty. So this university, I've given out 100 offers, only 90 got them. I have 10 empty chairs. Harhol, Yukas, and عندي 10 chairs فاضيين. Now whoever calls first gets these seats. But you still have to meet what? The requirements. So case scenarios. Me and my lovely friend James. AI generated. This is to apply to medicine. I thought the best way for us to actually understand real life scenarios and problems and hurdles we're going to encounter is actually looking at case scenarios. So this student was predicted 3 A stars in biology, chemistry, and mathematics. He has straight 9s in GCSEs, but he's scored in the UCAT 2,230. Now the UCAT has changed. Before there used to be a section called abstract reasoning. Now it's removed. But we're basing these numbers on last year. This year, UCAT has changed. For medicine dentistry, we'll be discussing this after if you wanted to. This is separate. No interviews, obviously, because the entrance exam, they got below average. He went into clearing. What happened? What happened? He got into pharmacy at an average university through clearing. He didn't get his dream. Entrance exam went wrong. Obviously, medicine, dentistry, medicine 5 or 6 years, dentistry 5 years. You either get into them first time, you either take a gap year and repeat the entrance exam. Entrance exam, how many times can you take it? You only have one opportunity. You cannot retake it. You cannot retake it. So whatever you get in that application, that's done for the year. If you can't, and you want to go to this university or do your medicine or dentistry and you're insisting, you have to take a gap year and do the same exam again. And if you don't get the result, you have another problem. If you get the good result, you have a chance to get an interview. Again, very competitive. You can go to a transfer degree. Transfer degree is those where you do biomedical sciences, you finish it, and then you apply. You still need to do the UCAT exam, but then they can allow you to apply to medicine. So you do a degree, and then you do something, which is similar to postgraduate. Change of career, which is what happens to James, or you travel abroad and you go private. Why do I not recommend it? Ukraine was registered, was acknowledged by the GMC to study. What happened to Ukraine now? Boom. There's no university. You can be studying all abroad. 2 seconds. GMC changes its rules, its regulations. They don't acknowledge it, your degree. You've spent 5 years or 6 years in the wind. I don't recommend it. Some parents do it. It's private, obviously you fund it, but I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. Okay. Shanice wants to study law. Predicted A levels is 2 A's and a B. English literature, mathematics, and RE, or some people call it philosophy and something now. But RE, grades 5 and 6 at GCSE. She got in the top 10% in the United Kingdom in the LNAT. She applied to one university that requests interviews, but she got declined. And that was Oxford. She got rejected. Why? because she had 5s and 6 at GCSE. Although she had an amazing LNAT, but she had 5 and 6 at GCSE. Free offers for non-LNAT universities. She was happy with it. She's like, I'm going to go to an average university. I started my law degree. Don't dream big if you don't have the result. Don't apply to Oxford and Cambridge if you have 5s and 4s and 6s and stuff like this. There is no point. Use that. You only have 5 options. Use it wisely. Use it wisely. Benjamin. He wanted to study philosophy, politics, and economics, PPE. Very, very lovely degree. Lovely degree. Very competitive to get into. Predicted grades, 3A stars, philosophy, mathematics, and economics. Grade 9s, the TSA entrance exam. He scored in the top 5%. He got an interview at the University of Oxford. He got 5 offers. What happened? He didn't get into anything. What happened? He didn't get his A-level grades. Do you see how many pitfalls there are? Do you see how many pitfalls there are? 5 offers. University of Oxford. Didn't get the grades. Okay? Do we get the point? We need to be on top of our work in any aspect of the application. You can't be like, yeah, I'm going to relax my A-levels because I'm focusing on UCAT. I can't do that. Everything has to be on top. This is the golden age. This is the golden time. You either make the most of it. You make the most of it. This will set you for the rest of your life. This is clearing where the chairs are empty. When the chairs are empty, every year is different. Every year is different. Some schools come be like, yes, whoever wants to come, comes. It's not something that we work, don't worry, I'm going to help you to get in through clearing. It doesn't work like that. It varies from year to year. So we don't think about clearing until really all the doors are closed. Only then we have to think about it, but I don't study it from the start. Ruby, and this is scary. This is scary. Predicted A-levels, 3 A's in RE, mathematics, and biology. What a combination. GCSEs, grades 5s and 4s. Decision, she did not know what to do. She doesn't know. She's not sure. What's the problem? It's too late. It's too late. She's done, she's chosen her A-levels, she's doing good at them, but she doesn't know what to do. She then decides in year 13, in September, she wants to do pharmacy. What's the problem? She has no experience. What's the problem? Chemistry. Chemistry. Most pharmacy schools want pharmacy. They want chemistry. You see the problem? Taking wrong decisions, thinking late. That click. It came very late, okay? And then her options now is that she's going to take a year out. She wants to now do A-level chemistry because she's really insisting on pharmacy. She's delayed another 2 years of her life. And that is me. If you come to me, approach me with that. I'm going to have a heart attack if you come and tell me at the end of year 12, I want to do medicine, but you don't have biology and chemistry. I want to do engineering, and I don't have maths and physics. Don't come to me. I can't help you. I promise you I can't help you. Okay? And remember this, the typical applicants. The website says something, but the typical applicant, 5,000 other students are offering what you don't want to offer. Remember, you are one in many. You are one in many. You have to stand out. You have to give the best application there is. So this is for obviously because we know we have different ages here. Career advice, I need you to be cracking on year 10. Asking the questions, speaking to people, and starting to narrowing down to 2 degrees. By the end of year 10, I want to be like it's either this or this. Not in year 12, not at the end of year 11. Choosing options, phasing from year 10 to year 11. I need to be head down on what careers I want to choose. This is the best case scenario. I know it's difficult. You might tell me it's difficult. But we need to start early. We need to start and pray. God will guide you to it. Work experience. Year 11, once you hit 16, over that summer holidays, get cracking. Ensure that this is the field that you want. Ensure. Get everything. And from year 10, book your work experiences for the following summer. Dr. Fadi offers a lot of work experience. I'm so sorry. But I'm booking him 2 years in advance. I'm booking him a year in advance. I'm booking now for 2028. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's not easy. We're trying to help you, but you have to help us. Personal statement and questions, that's year 12. Fine. Interview training, that's year 13. Finalizing application, year 13, clearing at the end of year 13. So when do we start? Year 10, you need to be on the ball. Okay? And we will support you. It's your chance now to think about your options. From year 9, I called in all the year 9s this year as well. So you can see where you're going to be next year. Start early. And I'm going to end with the same verse. If we could do things of our own power, there will be no need for God. If we can do things by ourselves, we can't. We can't. God blesses you. God paves your path, and let Him do it. Let Him do it. Not your understanding. Let God do the work. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Any questions? Any questions? Medicine and dentistry. I'm going to be up there for the next half an hour, and we're going to go digging deep for medicine and dentistry specifically, and pharmacy as well. We could do it in the church. We could do it in the church, whoever wants to stay. We could give you a 10-minute, 15-minute break for medicine and dentistry. Any questions? Thank you, guys. Oh, yes.
So if my personal statement's on, like, if I'm applying to mostly psychology, but I want to do one that's like psychology and criminology, do I have to add that to the personal statement, or